Imagine paying $100 for a course and your professor or instructor shows up to class like this.
Hey guys!
Don't never stop if you wanna be on top, yeah.
Tap, tap, tap in.
And after a full week of class, after your professor was late every day consecutively, and on a day that she's 16 minutes late with no full syllabus.
Hi. I didn't feel like showing up for my brand today. A few things before class starts. The syllabus will be dropping after class for the rest of the week. A little delay, but I wanted to make sure that we had our guest speakers locked in and what day they were going on.
Okay, now imagine that your class had a guest speaker, and that speaker could not even answer the most basic questions in their field. And then furthermore, admitting to not knowing what it was.
Then we get an example. So an example of personal branding is when you have a personal brand, you are creating an emotion. And
then somebody asked her what's a niche. She had to get online and type it. What's a niche?
With you guys so you understand. Hold on just a second. I'm typing on my computer as we speak. Okay. So. Okay. So. I have an example. So an example of a niche. A niche is kind of like when it's like you have a personal brand and then you also niched yourself. And it's like, what the heck is a niche? I don't understand. I just now figured out what a niche is. And I've been working in this industry for like 7 years.
Ghetto hot mess. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm AmorAntasia. Today, it's gonna be a story time.
Now you know I was showing up.
This is a person who schemes on people and takes advantage of people, and my personal money was involved since I did pay for this course. So here's the thing. This is just going to be an honest review on the, what is it called? The YouTube Hustle course or the YouTube Hustle class by Jayla Koriyan. She's a YouTuber. These are my honest observations, and this is just what I've been told, what I've seen. Okay, so it's what I've seen first, then what I've been told is confirmation by, I'll say this, at least 3 people who have been close to her at one point in time. I'll leave it at that. One of them still is. So it is what it is. 3 of these people were my actual YouTube friends from New York that she's played before. I've also been misled by her before 10 years ago. Wasted $260. I put that aside. I didn't even know that was the same girl because YouTube was different back then. You didn't have like names like that on YouTube. And the interface was totally different. I wasn't even on YouTube like that. I don't even think I had 1 video up at that time. And I was, I had a life. I was married. I didn't have time for that. So anyway, when I saw the class being advertised, she said that she would have these big speakers, and she kind of hyped up. She did hype up the class. I'm trying not to spare her, but at the same time, I'm trying not to make this a mean girl type of video, because that's not what this is. It's not that's not what I'm intending to do. So again, I thought that she would have speakers like maybe Latoya Forever, since they're friends. I thought she'd have like Jackie Aina. I thought she'd have somebody like Alyssa or the twins, basically. I'm sorry, I always mistake their names. Even though I'm not a beauty guru, I don't classify myself as that. I've done more hair videos and all of the like talk videos that were more successful on my channel. And so I still said, as far as editing, and she just talked about like the tea and stuff like that she was going to spill in this class that was so exclusive. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. So week 1, to this day, they've never responded to my emails. I did not get an email or code to get in. A lot of people were complaining. I have screenshots of that. But I don't know what, for whatever reason, I think she has 5 people working on her team. I guess they just slipped through a lot of people. So, okay, I emailed. And so then they sent out the generic email, and then I still couldn't get in the class. So I emailed. I said, can I get in? How can I get in? Nobody ever responded to this day. So I said, okay, it is what it is. So I ended up getting in the class anyway. I guess they just opened it up for everybody to get in. And so the first day, she was late, like hella late. And to be honest, she was late every day except for maybe 1 or 2 days out of 11 days. This girl was late. She looked like she was at a club. Her breasts were exposed, hanging. They were just like, boom, I'm here. Like, it was very unprofessional and ghetto, to say the least. That's just the tea. That's it. I really tried to have patience to go through each and every day, but I just don't. I'm going to post clips, though, of, like, her look and, you know, her how she carried herself. It was a lot of, like, just unnecessary chatter. She was late. She never apologized. Like the girls on Lipstick Alley said, that's just it. They posted everything there. I'll even post a link to that. They even noticed that she started the class in May. So I'm like, you've been planning this class since May, and this is what you're giving? The speakers were her friends, basically, like people who were not YouTubers. Now, I'm not knocking, you know, what they can do and their capabilities. Some of them can edit videos for Instagram. They're awesome for Instagram. But this is a YouTube course, solely YouTube. How are you hiring or whatever? I don't know what the situation is. How are you bringing on people who don't have expertise in YouTube? Now, the best person who I really enjoyed was the girl from, what was she? She was a CPA. A CPA, basically, and she talked about taxes. Well, I already watched Patricia Bright for all of that. Honestly, this class was refurbished. Everything down to her manager even coming on at the end to talk about brand deals. When I tell you, this was nothing but a reboot of Glamazon Tay's videos about how to start a YouTube channel, Yoni Rose, and Patricia Bright. Even Latoya Forever has done interview-style videos. That's exactly what the people on YouTube Alley said. What's the alley? Lipstick Alley last night. I was like, wow, these people had receipts. And so I'm like, okay, why would she scam like that? She even addressed that. She said that people were saying that she was scamming and all that kind of stuff. And she said that her feelings were hurt. She talked about some stuff in the class, whatever. And I was like, now, wait a minute. You're playing victim at this point. Now, you know, you even told us that we can bring a drink, liquor, to the class one night, you know, so let's not sit up here and act like you're not a party girl. Your eyes were red. I would not say she was on drugs, because that's salacious. Like, that's, you know, come on, everybody's not on drugs. But she drinks. And when you drink, sometimes you look like you're a little tipsy. And that looks like what it was on several of the nights. Now, one thing I really did not like that was so ghetto to me was ratchet music. I'm a Christian girl, you know, I don't listen to secular music like that anyway. So why would you come on with rap words like P-U-S-S-Y, you know, like just hood trap music? This is a professional course. I expected for her to look presentable and to actually give us tea. Like, come into the class and give straight up, like, facts. Don't come in here talking about your life story that you've already posted on YouTube several times. Missy Lynn has talked about stuff like that. Like, all these big YouTubers have talked about this, especially Patricia Bright. I would totally recommend you to look at her page. I've even talked about YouTube at least in 2 videos, like behind the scenes type of stuff. So I honestly feel like this was a quick money grab for her to afford her luxury lifestyle that she's been fronting about anyway.
Now, before you guys say that I'm hating, she created this plot scheme in May, right? So it just so happens in May that this was her income, $800. Now, where do you see that she made $300,000 this year thus far? It's a lie. So after she was exposed for being broke, her bank statements and all that, she was begging for money that I've confirmed from said party. Then she came up with this plan to make money, to basically scam, because she could not afford to move and jet set to the next city. She left New York because she was evicted, stayed with her mom, and then needed a quick money scheme so that she can bounce back, and she moved to Atlanta. Well, receipts don't lie. These are from her analytics.
Girl, you been struck, right?
Like, honestly, it just looks like a scam. And it's like, it pisses me off when people play victim. Like when she was talking about like couples channels and like people, her trying to do a Wizard Kelly thing and people were so nosy and all in your business. It's like, that's not the truth about YouTube. If you come on here, do what you're supposed to do, post your content, people will not bother you like that. Even on Lipstick Alley, I got dragged on there before, but that was just some personal stuff. I don't care. But as far as my relationships, my ex, marriage, all that kind of stuff, nobody has ever talked about that kind of stuff. And they won't. For what? So I know for a fact, because I know some of the people that have been in her vlogs and are friends with her. And they told me that she's played them before. And I can see that she's played Missy and the twins and even her ex-boyfriend and allowed him to look bad. And she kind of like vaguely talked about that, you know. And I understand her trying to give advice for people saying, you know, be careful about, you know, what you put on online, because that's what I do. But like, don't play victim and allow your fans to be like, oh yeah, girl, we know about him and all that kind of stuff. Like, come on. That's not the situation. Be 100. Own up to your mistakes. What you did was try to find clout by hooking up with guys, doing the couples channel, trying to be like Kennedy, my little sis, and it failed. Trying to go out to LA, lying like you were going to move out there, knowing that you had put a down payment in New York. I had already moved to New York, so I already knew what was up with that, because like I said, when you have mutual friends, they know stuff. It is what it is. And then her own personal friends have put her business online. So it's like, you're fronting, and it's like, when she moved to New York, she had to quickly come up with this hair company. And then all of a sudden, you know, boom, the New York lavish life, all of that. But then all of a sudden you became broke. And so she even showed us her income. And you made $800 in a month in just AdSense, and you didn't even have any brand deals that day, and you were living, like Missy said, paycheck to paycheck. So I was trying to understand before I filed a bank charge. I'm like, why would she do this? Like, does she need the money? But I'm like, okay, this is what it's about. You're repeating the New York thing. All of that stuff came out. And it made me feel so bad for Missy and those twins, knowing that she didn't help them like she said and just accuse them of certain things. And it just was like really messy. So I was like, well, maybe she's trying to rebrand like she said, and she's trying to like help YouTubers. I'm thinking this, even though she had already played 3 of my friends anyway, 3 of my YouTuber friends. Yeah, okay. So I said, okay, out of all the things that were said on Lipstick Alley, you can see for yourself, it just looks like I said, this was a money grab. And I don't appreciate that, especially with my coins. Now, I'm not hurt about this little money, but you're charging $100 for this bootleg mess, for you to be late every day, for you to come on and talk about nothing, for you to hire just your friends to talk about stuff that's not relevant to us. Yes, for maybe like the micro YouTubers, but all of that stuff was free knowledge. And I felt like $100 in a pandemic, why would you do these fellow Black creators like this? And I know that you're not interested in their well-being because you didn't even look at any of the homework that we did. You didn't look at any of, I didn't even bother, by the way, but you didn't look at any of those channels. They clocked you on Lipstick Alley when you lied and said that you look at their videos and try to make up a lie and say, well, your backgrounds probably look like, well, honestly, I don't know what they look like. Right, because you lied. You're unemployed. It's not like you're working, so what are you doing? How, like, come on, it takes nothing to just look at a few of their channels and to be honest, give them feedback. I didn't see her make any comments in the chats.
All right, so this is the app that she created. I'm going to go directly to her profile and check all of her previous posts. Now, you can go see what photos she's made, everything, all of that. What posts. Of course, she made the general post that, like, announcements, those types of posts. But here are the comments. These are the posts that are on the main page that she posted. She's only responded to 5 of them. 5. Okay, 5. 0 posts were made in the chats. 0 responses to people's content. None of that. When I tell you 0, this girl didn't say or do anything in that chat. Nor did any of her associates or friends, assistants, whatever. So that's just unacceptable for $100. And the class is basically over. Just because they get to stick on for another 14 days does not mean anything.
I didn't see her reply to any of my posts or any of the other posts. I even saw a couple of her friends in there. I know they didn't pay for the class. Some people didn't pay for the class. That's something else that I found out. So I'm like, this is what happened. You started this up in May. I don't know if your manager got in with it because she's fraud too. She does not respond to emails or DMs, and she only has like 500 followers on Instagram, girl. Honey, this was back in October. She has yet to respond to me, and I know she won't. So, yeah, it's all about numbers and taking advantage. That at this point, that's what it looks like. And that's why in the video that I watched with Missy, she said, you know, she basically let her go because we're all the same age. And what is it that you're doing for her? And then for her to get involved in the mess that went down was very messy on a manager's side. And it felt like she was pandering to the young black creators, talking about old white men and how she got fired from her job from being incompetent. Well, she was incompetent. She sounded incompetent on the live, literally talking about her life and how she got drunk and was depressed and all that stuff and had moved to New York in 2016 and all of this stuff that didn't matter. Like, ma'am, what are you talking about? You sound slow. Somebody on Lipstick Alley pointed out when we were on the live, a girl asked, what is a brand? That's the most basic question a person in business should know. I don't even have a minor in business. I was going to declare a minor, but I chose psychology and chemistry because my major was biology. So I even know a brand is just it's a total encapsulation of who you are. That's a brand. Period. It should be visible, physical, all of that. That's just simple. She choked up and was like,
can we get an example? So an example of personal branding is when you have a personal brand, you are creating an emotion, and
it's an emotion that, like, then somebody asked her what's a niche. She had to get online and type it. What's a niche?
With you guys so you understand. Hold on just a second. I'm typing on my computer as we speak. Okay. So. And it's like, what the heck is a niche? I don't understand. I just now figured out what a niche is. And I've been working in this industry for like 7 years.
How do you not know what a freaking niche is and you're giving us brand information? Ma'am, for $100? No, ma'am. Something else, she said it was like only 130 something people on the live. Yes, 922 people joined, but only 100 something or barely 150 people watch. So I'm like, girl, this looks like a scam, sis. You definitely, and this is woman to woman. Let's just be honest. You knew that you had gullible supporters just like you did when you started the hair company, and your ex said that y'all had that hair from the beauty supply store and was mixing it up. That's why some of the girls on Lipstick Alley said that the hair was trash. You did that, let that go, start stunting, then all of a sudden you got broke. They posted your bank statements. Corey said that was real. And you even posted your income, and that all matched up. Then you created this video to clap back at Missy, but you kind of changed up the numbers and didn't show us recent. You showed us all together. It's looking like you're trying to come back from something and make this money move to stunt in ATL. Now, I don't care what you do with your life. You can stunt, do what you want to do, but don't do it on my dime. And don't do it on these people's dime that are gullible and they're your fans and they don't know anything about YouTube. Like, that's taking advantage of the people. Honestly. And me and my homegirls too, you done got over on them, never promoted their channels, and they've helped you out with the city, they've helped you out in general. Like, come on. Girl, like, you know.
Now you know. You knew. You knew.
There's so much more that I could say that I know for facts, but I'm not here for that. Honestly, like Missy said in her video, I wish she would just honestly, just fast. Take a fast and like, just ask God to like redirect your path. Because I could just tell like this whole city girl thing that you're doing, it's just not a good look. You're going out bad. Like, what you should care about is integrity. And it looks like you have none. It's looking like a scam, girl. It's looking like all you care about is money. You have no substance. The book that you did was really good. The Pretty Educated, I really love that theme. I'm not a hater. I wrote my book first. My book was in Barnes & Noble's first. I booked my own deal with Barnes & Noble. And I taught it for free online. I have that video and that was made in 2015. How to create your own book and self-publish. I self-published my book. And it was a self-help book. So I'm not a hater. Trust me. Please don't comment with that mess. I am not a hater. I have my degree first. I'm a whole career woman. I am a teacher. I was living in New York first. My salary in New York was $67,000 on top of my YouTube and on top of my hair company that I started first. Okay, I've had these things first. Facts. Luxury apartments, floor to ceiling windows. I had that in Dallas. My apartment building had a movie theater. Go back and look at my vlogs from Dallas. I promise you, like it's so funny and coincidental too. But I mean, we both went to HBCUs, and so like I said, I totally understand the moving and the shaking, because that's what I did. I could never judge somebody for moving in their 20s when you don't have kids, no family, and you have money. Do what you gotta do. Chase the bag. Now, don't get caught up in the bag, though. That's the thing. I moved for a job. I moved to New York to teach because I was already a teacher in Memphis. I wanted more money. That's what I wanted because I was a single girl. I had been divorced. I wanted to make a living. I wanted to meet new people. I just got tired of being in Memphis. I had been there for 4 to 5 years. I had been in Nashville 5 years then. Okay, so I've been stable now. But just be honest and she should have made this course like $25. No more than $25. I don't care if she did 2 weeks. You were late. The content was crusty. It was like, ma'am, it was Google. Like they said, it was straight up, not even Google, it was YouTube, vidIQ. It's just a principle. So like I said, sis, if you're watching, if your helpers are watching, your assistants, whomever, please give me my coins, sis, because I can go to Burger King, I can give me a piece of burger. Like, I could be doing something better than allowing you to scam me, like, period. Like, I just don't want to enable you. Like, I just don't feel comfortable giving you that coin for this class, because that's going to enable you to do more classes like this. And if you do, awesome, but please just be professional, be on time, be well dressed, and focus. And bring on real people, please. Bring on real YouTubers, people with real tea, like, and show real numbers. Show us your real numbers, okay? And talk about real situations. I hope sis can retrospect and just do better next time. Is what it is. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Comment below your thoughts. And yeah.